Hi, even though it was a couple of weeks ago, I want to give you some feedback on the work you did on Barry's Bags. In that creative meeting, we were looking for ways to move Barry's Bags beyond the production orientation. You recall they have this huge amount of plain black bags, and we're trying, that's really kind of the production orientation, just making something the same old, and hoping you sell it. If you do, that's fine, but Barry's is kind of stuck with these bags, so we were looking for suggestions for them in the sales and market and societal orientations. Let's talk about some of your ideas. Again, these may or may not be from the floor you are on. They may be from the other floor, but some sales ideas we had were do telemarketing, sell door to door. Hey guys, are you going to answer the phone and buy Barry's Bags through telemarketing? Or if somebody knocks on your door, that's kind of a slow way to do that. I also had ideas for more advertising on TV, on billboards. One kind of interesting idea was to create the theme that Barry's Bags grows with you from generations, and show how the baby uses the bag, the little kid uses it for school, and it goes through life with you. Maybe that's possible. I'm not sure we yet have the reputation for that. But don't hesitate to ask each other, say, wow, now how would a billboard sell a reusable bag? That may or may not be done. Now, you did have some ideas that were pretty good about changing who you're selling to, and selling to bigger companies like H-E-B or 31 or department stores or hospitals or Amazon for their delivery. And, you know, H-E-B has that new delivery program. Maybe we talk to H-E-B about using those for their new delivery. I've also heard the idea of selling to jail. So people go to jail, they have to put their clothes in something, put them in a bag. That could be a big institutional use. So anyway, all of those are good ideas for selling to in bigger amounts. There was also the suggestion of selling bulk at a cheaper price. That's a good idea. So sales orientation would include any sort of deals or selling to different people. Somebody said, let's give away samples. You've got to be careful about that. But then one of you said, well, hey, we could give away 2%. And if we highly target those, that might work. I agree. Selling at more locations. One idea was to sell at the farmer's market. There was also the idea of stationing someone at H-E-B. That might be kind of costly if you're selling to consumers one by one for a cheap product. But again, you had a pretty good idea of selling harder. Whether or not we can do all these ideas, probably not. And I want you to be real critical. Well, maybe critical is not the word, but really evaluate the ideas that each other shares. The market orientation. First off, we had the question, why do we make so many black ones? Well, that's a pretty good question. And the market orientation does say, let's make what people want, and then they'll buy it. Now, some people did have ideas about black. Somebody said, hey, you know, emphasis on black, you know, black's the new hot color, the little black dress sort of thing, or, you know, black is beautiful, and even a suggestion to sell them to Baylor for their blackout games. Hey, that's kind of cool, and other schools have blackout games, so maybe that's a way to create more market desire for these. There were also ideas for customization, personalizing these with iron-on patches, make them in different colors, add logos. Somebody suggested that could be costly, and yes, that's possible. Somebody said add quirky sayings to make these a trendy fashion statement, and yeah, that could work. Let's see, we also had the idea given to make bags for cold storage or make holders for bags. Both good ideas. I think we would really consider that kind of new product development. So expansion of the line, instead of just this plain, simple, felt-like bag, we're going to go into cold storage bag or holders. But that's kind of after we get rid of these bags. Somebody said go to wildlife preserves. That's a good idea, but really going to wildlife preserves is more societal. I don't see that it changes the product in any way to make it more in demand. And then somebody mentioned societal and they used the Hobby Lobby example and talked about how Hobby Lobby changes their store for different seasons. Now, societal means you're doing something for someone who is not your customer. So when Hobby Lobby changes their merchandise to be seasonal, that's really more the market orientation. So making a seasonal bag isn't because it's good, makes it easier to shop. That's not market. I'm sorry, that's not societal. That's market. So moving on to societal. A lot of people talked about, this is something good for the environment. Yes, it is. But I really wanted you to go beyond that. There were some ideas of giving bags to homeless shelters, the idea of a blessing bag, so donations in a bag, giving the bag to Caritas, promoting charity events. All that was good. Donation of sales, so a percent of sales given to a charity like Make-A-Wish or St. Jude's. That's a good idea. One thing I want you to get in the habit of doing is making your suggestions specific. So, saying we can give these to the homeless. Well, let's talk about what organization would we give them to? How would they be used? Let's get as specific as possible about our examples. The second part of this was really not done well at all by you giving examples. There were some examples of the sales orientation. Someone mentioned Sperry's use of social media. Someone else mentioned Allstate and State Farm staying in constant contact. The market orientation, someone said Nike custom products, good example. Also Coke having their Share a Coke campaign and putting names on those products. Looks like societal. A good example given was Subaru. When you buy a car, you get to pick the charity they donate to. That's a good example of societal. Somebody said Starbucks reusable cup could be considered societal. Again, that could also be something that benefits the market, the consumer who wants that reusable cup. I bought that cup and a donation didn't go to anybody. I just kind of liked having my own cup. We need to give examples when we're asked for them. Perhaps you just thought this was idea generation, but when we are able to identify examples, it helps these things be more real. So work on that. Read the full prompt that I give you and then answer all the questions that are asked of you. Hope this little discussion helps. Hope you have a really good idea of the production, sales, market, and societal orientations. You have a good day. Bye-bye.